What's up everybody, it's me, FlashySupreme. Welcome to my YouTube channel, FlashySupreme Gaming. Today's video is from Season 16, March 6th of 2023. In this installment, we solo queue into a match and get randomly paired with the Season 15 Double Apex Predator. They're not just any Apex Predator. It turns out that they finished as number 62, top 100, last season with almost 36,000 rank points. This would be a good opportunity to witness the behaviors and actions of one of the best in the world. At least maybe we could learn something from this game. That's what I was thinking, at least when this began.
We're already inside the next ring. There'd better be some good loot around here.
Now with all that set aside, let's get into the video.
They're focusing on me. Enemy shield broken. Dropped an enemy. Strong enough to pierce. Killed an enemy. Look out, Chris.
As soon as my ultimate was ready, one of the enemy squads knocked down our catalyst. We were caught in the middle of two squads attacking us at
We
once.
have a new
Broken enemy shield.
After eliminating the last member of the enemy squad, I could overhear another squad attempting to close in on my location. I used Loba's tactical to get out of this potential jam. More importantly, however, I needed to find more supplies if we were going to fight another squad. I needed more ammo and definitely more shields.
Thank you for acting as you are coming home with me tonight.
Through the Monday. Look out, grenade.
Recharging
My plan wasn't to be hiding from everybody or be eliminated at this spot, so it was time to move from cover and see what was going on around us.
You need restoration.
Opening. Broken enemy shield. Reloading.
Tossing an arc star.
Another squad attacking. Focus. Last members down. One squad closer to winning.
Reloading.
New kill leader. Watch for them. Smart. Kill leader down.
We have a new kill leader. I can't wait to meet them.
Heads up. Kill leader. They spotted me. I'm taking shots. All squads down.
Healing.
Fortunately, all the squads were eliminated, so it was time to loot up and prepare for the next encounter.
Not the first time I've made something
Since there was time and no enemy squads nearby, we decided to craft some items before leaving this location. I didn't have any shield batteries, so I decided to craft myself one.
I'm crafting patience.
Let's check out that way.
While waiting on the shield battery,
Yes.
our Wraith suggests going over towards the Forbidden Zone. Catalyst agrees and so do I. Here's a helpful tip. If you don't know where anybody is within the map, go to the center of where the ring is. You'll be sure to run into somebody that way. Just be prepared to fight multiple squads at once. Catalyst was somewhat in the distance from us, so it was important to hurry up and catch up to them before things get real over there.
Care
Prepare
package
to
over
line
there.
your pockets. My ultimate's ready.
The reason this area is called the Forbidden Zone is because of the Prowlers. The Prowlers are NPC enemies that spawn near the Prowler nests. The Prowler nests are the dirt mounds that the Prowlers live in. They also spawn out of these things randomly, usually whenever you go near them.
New kill leader.
Usually the Prowlers are just a noisy nuisance. They run like a dog but scratch with their claws like a cat. The one that was following me is an example of how they can become a lethal pest. If you let your guard down while another squad begins to attack, they are capable of knocking you down. I couldn't really see what was going on in the distance. Without the 400 times zoom, it looked like it was just another Prowler. I decided to use my ultimate because I needed to look for a
Mama's
better
got you
optic.
now.
I was just using the iron sights on the wingman after all.
Grenade.
The second round began and I moved closer to where my team was located. There were only 5 squads besides us remaining in the game. I could hear another squad beginning to surprise attack us. I immediately turned around and returned fire upon them.
Attention, delivering replicator.
Beautiful. We have a replicator coming in.
It wasn't going to be a good idea to stay in between where two squads were located. It was time to relocate, so I used the Loba bracelet to get out of this unfavorable situation. Once we were at a safe distance, we would be able to re-heal ourselves.
Recharging shield.
Healing up. Eyes are open though.
Taking fire.
We weren't retreating from the fight. Instead, I'd regard it to be more of a tactical fallback and reset.
Perfect. I need light ammo.
We were gonna rotate around the fighting and rejoin once we got to the other side of the zip line. Sometimes it's better to let other squads fight it out and reappear once things have gotten less crazy.
Enemy firing. Another squad is on us. That's the last of that squad.
As soon as another squad would show up, the previous one would be eliminated.
Watch yourself.
Things were
There's
going
another
well
squad
up
attacking.
until this point.
Enemy shield broken.
This is where things would become somewhat challenging. This enemy squad was able to knock down our Wraith. As I was shooting the original attack, the squad behind us began to attack. I knew it was necessary to move forward and provide covering fire while the Catalyst attempts to revive our Wraith. It was the right move, and soon I was face to face with the champion Fuse. They got close to knocking me down, but I was fortunate enough to have time to use a shield battery. The next enemy would be the actual champion himself, Mad Maggie.
We made it to the top 3. Now to clean up the rest.
The 1v1 would get pretty intense, but here's what I meant earlier about the Prowlers. I wasn't going to be caught slack and get knocked down by the Prowler, so I stabbed him with the heirloom. What really needed to be found was some shields. Plus, I needed to heal up before anybody else showed up.
Need to recharge my shield.
Here, I need shields.
Come on, the ring shield cell here.
Just as I suspected, it was another team.
Level 4.
I need shields.
Recharging shield.
Yeah, I can't really shield swap out in the open with snipers aiming at me, you know?
Rings coming in.
Anyway, I used my ultimate
man's
this
got a
time to get
brand
out of
new
this
bag.
area.
Remember
Most
who
of the
hooked you
map
up?
isn't like
I've got
this.
your back.
That's why this place is called the Forbidden Zone.
Watch yourself. There's another squad
I
attacking.
wonder what we'll find over there.
Need to recharge my shield. I need shield.
It was time to relocate
package on
to
the
another
wall. Checking out
area.
what's over there.
The other squad
If I
was
need you, you
positioned
know.
to gatekeep us in the ring. The
Placing
Wraith
portal.
made a portal while I used the Loba bracelet
placed.
to get to an area out of sight from the vantage that was sniping from earlier. The Wraith began to attack the enemy squad, but the ring was closing in on us and we were outside the ring.
Seen an arc star.
It was not a good place to be at, quite frankly. The Catalyst used their ultimate to provide cover for the Wraith to escape.
I'll give them a
I wasn't gonna wait around for anyone, so I let my team know where I was planning to go after I eliminated the Prowler. My idea was to rotate around the mountain to third party the enemy
ultimate
squads
isn't
that would
ready.
eventually be fighting on the other side. I remembered the Wraith talking about needing shields, so as an act of generosity, I provided a spare shield battery and shield cell from my inventory. My act of kindness did not go unnoticed, and they were thankful for
forget
what I
who
gave
hooked you
them.
up.
Now that the shield situation's been improved, it was yet again time to begin the journey of getting into the ring.
Prepare to line your pockets. I wonder what we'll find over there.
Delivering replicator.
Once we arrived where we needed to be, an enemy team could be overheard using the gravity cannon noise to gain attention. It worked. Despite them having a master rank on their team, they were unprepared to take on us and the Apex Predator.
The dark broken enemy shield. Getting care package over there.
I cracked an enemy shield. Reloading.
I dropped an enemy.
Enemy down.
easy. And just as suspected, the last enemy squad could be seen in distance. They're trying to be sneaky and third-party us, but waited too long and missed the right opportunity.
A support formation.
Quick, here.
Now, I didn't have enough shields to be caught out in the open and cracked by whoever was sniping. That's why I'm trying to stay out of the enemy's line of sight. What I really needed to do was find more shields and swap out the wingman for the Hemlock.
My shields need a bit more power. Come on, the ring's closing in 10 seconds.
The other team had already rotated into the next ring. It was time for us to get inside the ring as well.
I'm watching that spot.
Right, following you. I'll go with you. We're all outside the
You
ring.
are coming
You want a
home
future
with me
terrain? Get
tonight.
moving.
Nice choice. You got good taste.
The idea was to get to the building and scope out the shipwreck.
Hostile close.
The Wraith pings the enemy. They were on top of the crashed spacecraft. Now that we knew where they were, it was time to close the distance and push forward towards the enemy.
Looks like that's been looted.
I waited to move forward until after the enemy sniper had to reload. The Wraith and Catalyst moved forward closer while I was stuck at a distance distracting the enemy. It's not often that anyone goes back to this area, so I hadn't memorized the area perfectly yet. But before I could get to my team, the Wraith was knocked down. Fortunately, the Catalyst manages to knock down whoever knocked down our Wraith.
Alright, need a charm bag and a sense of self-preservation.
While they were getting the revive, I was making sure to scout out the area for the enemy, to see for whoever left remains. There was an enemy Gibraltar on the other side. They threw down their ultimate after getting cracked by the Hemlock. After the Gibraltar wasted their ultimate on us, I let my team know that my ultimate was ready, just in case. We would not end up needing more loot though, since the Gibraltar decided to quit the game. So that's what it's like playing the game with one of the best in the world. A genuine both split Apex Predator from Season 15.
You are the Apex
It was a
champions.
decent experience overall, for Stormpoint at least. So if you made it this far into the video, be sure to like or leave a comment and subscribe to the channel FlashySupreme Gaming. That'll be all for me for now. This is FlashySupreme. Keep it flashy and reign supreme.